But yeah, about the picture album. Yeah, it was the most beautiful and amazing pictures I've ever seen, and I don't exaggerate on this. I almost cried upon seeing them. The joy, the health, and the vitality, and the family core, and the union of all the things. I mean, in the pictures, the glow and the picture themselves were almost shining from the album. I'm not kidding. It was indescribable. I mean, such vibrant colors, and I got the feeling. I got the feel. I got to feel the journey with them in the pictures because they showed how it was when they first got there and everything they've done and all the experiences and joys and hardship. Not hardships. It's just ups and downs, I guess. But that wasn't what was displayed in those pictures. This is all fun. It was all joy. It was incredible. I mean, really, it was amazing. It was almost, almost as better, or almost as good as the whole experience uh, of my 2 months there. Because that that day or the day I got to see picture album was my last day there or my last night. Then I was going up to the other farm. But anyway, but Shiloh left to another farm up in the north of in Coromandel. So it was just me and Silas and Arla and Lani at the farm. There were no other woofers there or people. So, but people did come and but just for a short night and like neighbors and we had pizza nights and things like that. But there were no long-term stayers. Um, uh, and yeah, every time we did the apple juice, we rang the neighbors or those we knew that would like to press juice. Or yeah, and sometimes we would go to the Krishnas because Silas worked there at the farm and the cafe a couple of times a week. And every Sunday they had an open night where you could take part of the ceremony and sing and listen to them, and as well as take part of the dinner. It was it was nice. It was nice food, but um, but I remember that the music was too loud, and we went a couple of times, and I like uh, had to put some paper in my ears just to cover them a bit. It was actually good that I did. Lani gave me that, and but I think that what they're doing is really good. Actually, they're creating a place for people and at the farm and growing vegetables and things like that. Because they had come from Christchurch and they had bought a place on the land and rented another place to grow all the veggies. And it was on a large scale as well. So they went with tractors and woofers and helping them selling organic at markets and living a more natural lifestyle and or aiming for it. So I think it was good actually, all good. And yeah, another thing I did was I climbed a mountain or a part of it called Mount Arthur, and I took my bicycle and went maybe for an hour or two to get the food, no, to get to the foot of the mountain, and from there it was like a steep, steep climb. Holy cow! It was like the steepest way to get there I've ever been. It took me like 3 hours just from the foot of the mountain to get to the first base camp. I mean, it was just oh oh wow, for hours and hours of just getting off the bike and going a little bit and getting off and then walking and getting off, taking a break. It was oh my god, I felt like forever. Like that's how it felt. I was like I was yeah almost get ready to give up. Like when I saw the sign, like oh welcome to base camp. I was like yes, almost there. And then it was like another half an hour or more, maybe. It's like, oh, when am I going to get there? When am I there? Because I had no idea. Holy cow! But then I reached the parking lot and I took a break and lunch and took off my shirt. And it was a sunny day. It was like all sweaty and I was just I was the only one there as well. Then I think it was like 2 o'clock, and I wondered should I go higher. Like I looked at the map and it said like 45 minutes walk to the first hut and things like that. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll do that because then there will be 45 there and 45 back, and it'll be good. So I decided to go, and I took a quick pace and reached there a bit quicker and met two German girls there who was just leaving from there, and then another man from Europe. And he had been there with his wife several times and loved coming back and climbing the mountains. Like that's what he loved to do. And so after a quick stop and looking at the view, I decided to go back since it was gonna go get dark around 6 and so I paced back, and at at one point on my way up there, I sang a little bit, but this was before the Embassy of Peace. I'll get to that too. And then I headed home. I can tell you that it went a lot quicker on the way down than on the way up. Yeah, my it was a lot of fun on the way down. It took like I don't know 20 minutes or something, but all the way straight. That was cool. And yeah, it was another time I climbed close hills just by Narimori called White Rock just on the afternoon. It takes like 45 minutes, and you can see all the way to Nelson and just all the surrounding areas. It's really nice actually, all the way to the sea. And yeah, because we don't have anything like that in Sweden. It's mostly flat, like unless you go close to Norway, there we have mountains. Um, but then yeah, Sheila left, so it was just me, Lani, Silas, and Arla most of the time. And yeah, I knew there would be some sort of I don't know tension because I was a bit uneasy from the get go to go there because like I remember like I said I didn't have ease going there. I didn't have peace or rest. I didn't know why, but I would soon to find out. Uh, I don't know why, but it might have been my desire to stay, but it might have been from Arla as well, because she was the most beautiful woman I've met. It was uh, it was hard sometimes not to think of her, and I knew it was not to be, and so it made it even more difficult. And of course, she could sense it, and I tried my very best to hide it, but when you're close together, things are amplified. Like when you're in this like same space or proximity, like, and if you're alone as well, it's like really easy to pick up. I couldn't be myself, uh, more or less, or try, but and yeah, it became hard for me to be myself to the point I was annoying because I wasn't really independent. I wasn't self-governed, and instead I tried to be liked, like not just for her but like for the whole family almost. Like my answers were not clear or sharp, and I had a hard time of being myself. And even though I was by myself most of the times, I didn't feel like that. I felt like a leech sometimes. Like rather than standing up for myself or 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 the truth, I bent. For example, at lunch or dinner, they could ask if I wanted some more, and in truth, I didn't want any more. But I said something like, "Well, okay," and they picked up on it and said, "Well, what do you mean? Like you either want it or not?" Like they were very like harsh and direct in that sense. Like just speak your truth. Uh, and other times where I wanted to come and join them on a trip, I wanted to be at home and rest, but I came with because I felt I couldn't leave them alone. Not sure what I meant here, but yeah, it felt like, yeah, again, like I wasn't really being independent. Like I don't know, like I was just annoying. It's weird. Um, yeah. Um, this was of course no good, and they felt it as well, like and knew about it. But they were so kind and gave me the opportunity to like correct myself many many times over and over time it became better and better. Like towards the last month I could relax and be more comfortable in myself. But of course I told Lani and Shiloh about I felt, and they said that I should give it some time, like, and so I did. and it became better and better over time. But sometimes it was very painful because it was so subtle and so much and so sensitive there and so genuine that if you're not honest with yourself, you won't be there much longer. Like you had to be in peace and truth and like in serenity if you wanted to be there. Like you really had to feel like you want, yeah, like you should be there because otherwise you won't. And yeah, that was the distress or like the thing I was feeling there, like the discord, you could say. Like it was a part of me didn't want to, another part of me wanted to. So it was really this stress in me, and like it got to the point of like yeah, I couldn't be myself. It was really painful. Really, wow, hardest pain of my life actually. One of them anyway. But yeah, when I arrived anyway, it was in the middle of the harvest season, and like there was literally food everywhere. I'm not joking. Like pear, apples, passion, persimmon, figs, cherry, plum, peaches, nashi, chestnut, hazelnut, walnuts, macadamia, almonds, two avocados. They had many more avocados before, but fields of potatoes, maize, tomatoes, sweet potato, beans, rye, well, like you name it. Like it's easier to say what they weren't growing rather than what they were. Like, and I can tell you it was brassica. They didn't have cauliflower and broccoli because of the moss there. But other than that, it was like so nice. They were totally off the grid with water and electricity. They had a water wheel which they connected to a mill and grinded their own flour with so they could bake bread. They actually make made bread from their own rye, their own flour, and they had no animals on the farm. So everything we did two and two. We picked hazelnuts and harvested potatoes or put in green crops, and everything we did was just in such like in cooperation, such sync and harmony. Like it became so much quicker and so much more fun, like in a family, like in a union. And this was incredible. Like that was just exactly what how I wanted it to be. Like this is it. They got it. They had been there for 30 years and they were pulling off such amazing results and crops like that I had never seen anywhere else. Paul Gauchi in Seattle, like he I haven't been there, so I don't know. But anyway, these guys were doing it as I had imagined it described in the books in the Ring Theater in Anastasia. But so it was fun. It goes so much quicker when you're two and two, like not even double, maybe three times as fast, because that's how it works. Because your morale goes up. Uh, yeah, and the food was the best I've had. Like really, I can't believe how full I was from one meal. Like the first, I was not hungry for the rest of the day. Like, but I still ate. Like the first day when I got there and I ate dinner, like I was so full. I wasn't even hungry for the rest of the next day. But I ate anyway because yeah, they were eating like strange. That's what I thought. Like, oh my, I better not refuse. Like, I'll eat some. I was like, oh my god, I'm so packed. But yeah, that was great. Maybe because I don't know what that had to do with, but maybe because I had been not working the last or so much the last 3 weeks, and because I was at Crystal Waters and just enjoying and coming. Yeah, I don't know, but it was anyway the best. Um, and yeah, this was like went on for 3 days. Like after the third day, and when I started working a little bit, I could eat like maybe a bit more, like twice a day or something like that. And you could have like as much food as you wanted. Like there was fruit everywhere at that time. Like you could, yeah, so much, real abundance, like truly abundance. Here they were actually doing everything that I have seen in permaculture or that I have learned in permaculture, like the PD secret, like it was incredible. And the work was so varied as well. Like it could be all from apple picking to nut picking, harvesting something from the garden, sorting nuts, cutting fruits for drying or weeding, or making apple juice or vinegar, or and bottling, and or sowing green crops or making something. It was like really a lifestyle I aimed to live. Like it was amazing. Like I think I'll pause here and make a new one.